think there's some, but I think it goes back to how many people do you know? Like if you think that I've seen people do it where they just put their trailer up and then they put their third person description of what they do, and then you see who started it and it's them. And then you're looking like, why were you talking about yourself in the third person? And why is this the trailer that you made a year ago? Like, and you want $30,000? Like, you wouldn't take the time to talk to me on camera. You're a filmmaker and you talk about yourself in the third person. Who the fuck are you? Where's your agent? Do you have a business rep? Is there a producer's rep? What the fuck? Just say, hi, I'm a human being. You're a human being. I'm trying to do this. Would you give me my money to do this? Not just, Joe is a Blvd blah who did Blvd blah and won an award, and here's a trailer that has nothing to do with this campaign at all. That's existed just because, hey, they'll just see how good it is. They'll see how many awards it won at festivals. That does not motivate human beings. Because that's how we all get sold. Oscar winner, Oscar nominee. Sure, they get that little spike, but the people that make the most money at the box office don't win Oscars. Most of the money that is made in the entertainment industry doesn't win Oscars. That's how they pay the bills. Iron Man. No Oscars. I mean, special effects, you know. Tent poles, that's how they pay the bills. We don't need tent poles. We don't need that spike. We can be little bands. We can be little storytellers that are underground, that don't have to play that game and can keep going and sustain ourselves because we don't have to play that game. It's easier. Talk to the audience. That's why you started this to begin with. Did you start to get hired? Or do you want to tell stories to an audience? That's what I wanted to do. I mean, I love getting hired. I love getting paid. People keep hiring me to tell stories. Now, as a freelancer, little, it's great. It's a blast. I have fun doing it. And the reason I get those jobs is, he said, well, what did you do? I'm like, well, here's Vampire Mob, here's a music video. And then they hire me to make their corporate, you know, video. And I do what I do, you know. And when they say, well, we're thinking green screen and blah, 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 I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound fun, green screen. Nah, want to do this? And then, yeah, that sounds fun. Good, let's do that, because it'll be more fun. It's telling stories. And that's the thing is, like, I don't feel like I'm not a corporate videographer. I don't shoot bar mitzvahs and weddings, and, you know, it's some company wants to do something, it's like, well, this is who I am, this is what I do. So, this is what I'm going to do for you with your story. Tell me what you need to tell. I'll tell you my idea. If we're on the same page, then we move on. So I can make a little bit of a living doing that. I have a few other things that I'm working on, and I think that's sustainable to me. Smaller, you know, I'm not buying a house in the hills. I lived in the hills, a bunch of fucking assholes up there. It takes forever to get down from the fucking hills. You can't walk out the door and buy a cup of coffee. You gotta get in your car. It's like living in Burbank, like way out in Burbank. I need to see human beings, not just rich assholes driving by. Hey, Justin Timberlake. So I think there's going to be a blue-collar storyteller. I think there's going to be working-class storytellers. I think it's like the people who work below the line in Hollywood who nobody knows about. It's going to be like that. But it's going to be directors and storytellers, but we're just people who tell stories. It's not some big, nothing special about it. Nothing. Oh my God, how do you? Anybody can do it. Yeah, it's not top down. I think it's because I've had people tweet to me like, I can't believe you're talking to me on Twitter, and I'm like, why? Well, because you make that show, and I'm raising my kids, and I'm like, we just have different jobs, and I'm drinking coffee right now. You're drinking coffee right now. You have some shit to deal with. I've got some shit to deal with, and part of the shit I deal with is telling stories, and part of the shit you deal with is raising kids. But we're both people. We're both human beings, and calm the fuck down. Like there's no. I'm not a web celebrity. I don't want to be. It's ridiculous. The idea of like, yeah, it's pretty good being famous on the internet. You know who said? Me. Like that's so. Can you be? Now's our opportunity not to be assholes. Can we all just stop being assholes? Even though I'm an asshole.